Hey, I'm Scotty T from Your Comedy Minute. I'm joined today for the second time by Scott from Los Angeles, California. Scott, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
You were telling me last night about a video game. Can you mention that game again and what it is and what it's
Uh,
about?
sure. So, War Thunder is, if you
War
haven't
Thunder.
heard about it on the news, for
I
some
haven't.
of you. Oh, it's a relatively realistic, or probably, yeah, relatively realistic cross vehicle, like vehicle combat simulator game thing.
Okay.
And many times, I think it's 15 times now, and recently it was 3 times in a month. People on the forums of the game have leaked classified documents. So, in order for
Okay.
the developers, in their own logic, to make the game more realistic, or for to win an argument.
Okay. Are you spend time in those forums?
I do not.
You do not. Okay. You just enjoy playing the game. Okay. Yeah, I was telling you last night when you mentioned it about the guy that was on Discord. He was in the, I want to say, Army, Navy, Marines, or something, maybe like an ROTC thing, and he leaked all kinds of government info, and he got put in jail. They actually showed him being hauled away, and he was actually
God.
boasting on Discord how he had all this, and he posted all this stuff, and it's like, how the big question was, how did he get his hands on all this information when he's
What I
just
don't
so.
know,
Go ahead,
I
Scott.
was going to say, what I don't understand here is how people who have access to such incredible information are
Right.
so stupid.
Boy, Scott, you just said a mouthful, because stupidity's running rampant in this country right now. It really is. I mean, and I don't need to tell you, there's a huge age gap between us, but yet I'm
It's
sure.
not. Eh.
By the way, Scott, if you haven't figured it out, I love when people make me laugh. I try to make people laugh all the time. Please note, try. But I love when people make me laugh. And something like that just makes me laugh because, yeah, there's a hell of an age difference between us. But even at
Yeah.
your age, I'm sure you see things on the news, or maybe, like, I'll tell you what, I watched that video of the guy that you posted walking around the streets like it looked like in his underwear or something. Yeah, I mean, it's like, well, you've been on a lot of the lives where I talk about, somebody shooting somebody because they didn't get their sauce at Arby's or at Sonic
Yeah.
drive-through. I think people are really hot wired these days. But yeah, let's shift gears. Let's try and liven this thing up a little bit, because
Yeah.
I sent you a story last night that those are the kind of stories that when they drop, you say to yourself, I just, I can't, it's you try and get your head wrapped around it. The guy from Nebraska who worked for a mortuary, or, mortician, and he went to, for you people at home that don't know what I'm talking about, and Scott, I'm looking forward to hear your reaction on this, because I have a little second part to it. For you folks at home that don't watching this back, a gentleman in Nebraska worked for a mortician, and a man died, and when he went to get the body, he saw a sex doll, and he really took a very hard at it to the sex doll. So once he hauled the body away, he went back and told the landlord or whatever, I need to get in, I need to get to, I need to confiscate that body, that sex doll. We need to, he, go ahead, Scott, tell him what happened then.
I didn't read that far in the article.
He didn't get that far. He,
I
he
didn't.
gave up on me at that point. Well, Scott, what he did was he went back and he got the sex doll and he took it to his place, and he gave the sex doll a schnupping, and they arrested him for making love to the man's sex doll. they charged him with theft. They charged him with all this stuff. And I guess why I find it so funny is because, like, if you buy something used, okay, like a jacket or something, that's fine. But you would never, maybe you would, Scott, but I wouldn't buy used underwear or used socks or like a used t-shirt where, it touches your body. So now think of this guy making love to the other man's sex.
No.
Was there maybe some cleaning involved first? I think I just don't think I can do it. Although I have given it some thought, but probably more than I should have. They have some dolls now, not that I would know, but that the guys spend thousands of dollars that are realistic. They can talk and they can,
What?
yeah, no, with the whole AI thing. Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's true. It's like the guy that spent $12,000 never to dress like a dog. He has a dog outfit. They custom made it for him, and he goes around as a dog. That's another one that they just posted a while back, that he was going down the street for the first time. He's going out in public as a dog. I'm talking furry to the nth. Furry times 2,000.
That's so much money.
Yeah, over $10,000 or more just for the outfit. His family and stuff thinks he's nuts, which, if it looks like it's, but, and this, Scott, if you don't know, and I guess that's why I like that story so much, because I did a story, I've done actually 2 stories on a man named Yuri Tolochko. And you can look it up. He's a real guy. On Instagram, I think he has 300,000 followers or something. Yuri Tolochko, he's a bodybuilder from Kazakhstan. This is all true, Scott. I'm not making it up. And Yuri fell in love with his sex doll. He had a sex doll, and he fell in love with it. Now, he courted her for a while. He didn't just marry her. He did marry her eventually, but he dated his sex doll for a few months.
What?
Her name was Margot, and he married Margot. He married his sex doll, but they got divorced. And Scott, I want you to hold on to something, because this is true, and this is where the story really goes. He cheated on his sex doll, Margot, with an inanimate object and a supermarket chicken.
What? Oh, that's the best word to describe that is wonkers.
No, wait, I could drop a little more on that. I could wait, because that was the first story I did.
Oh my God.
I caught wind of Yuri and that he married his sex doll, which was kind of like the guy stealing the sex doll. Yuri made big news. He was in the news because he married his sex doll. And I found it comical. I thought it was funny. So I did the story, and, a lot of people were like, I can't believe wonkers. The guy is wonkers. He's nuts. He married a sex doll, then he cheated on it with an inanimate object and a supermarket chicken. So I wanted to follow up and see what Yuri was up to. Well, he got 2 new sex dolls, and he was with them, but now he's in love with an ashtray.
Whoa. And
I
think he has a problem.
They showed the ashtray. It's one of those ashtrays that stands, it's like they have at a bar or something, or outside of a place. And he just likes the feel of it, and he wants to have it equipped with, things so he can the ashtray.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Yuri Tolochko. He's one of my favorites. I would like to meet Yuri. Yuri, if you're out there and you watch this, I want to have you on the show. I want to have you on your comedy minute. I think you would be aces.
My inquiry here is when he divorced the original doll, did the
Right.
doll take half?
Say it again, Scott. I'm sorry.
When he divorced the original doll, did the doll take half?
No, I don't think so, Scott, because again, it's a doll. It's not. It's like the AI computers that there's a guy. You're getting me on tangents here, but there's a guy that thinks his computer's alive. He got fired from Microsoft or Google. He got fired from Google because he told him that his computer was alive, as a real person. And my feeling on that was I could probably help him out real quick. Pull the plug. Okay, bud, show me how alive it is now. You know what I mean? Yeah, I want to thank you for coming on again. I cannot thank you enough.
Smiling is the solution to life.
Really?
That's my take on this.
No, that's Scott. You said something there. My mother, now I shouldn't say very successful. I've been blessed in my life to have done a lot of things. I worked in the music business. I've done a lot of great stuff in my life, but it all came from my mother, who told me early on, treat people like you like to be treated. And if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
Yeah.
And your idea of smiling, yeah, you kill them with kindness. Most ignorant person, if you just, yep, you're right. It's like now, I got up one day this week and, I do jokes, and it was, what's the difference between a gap in your teeth and a fence, a picket fence or something? And I just wrote, okay, but I can't believe people are so ignorant. Why not just swipe? Why do you have to write that rude comment to me?
Yeah.
But it's, I beat that up, Scott. I go on that all the time. And it's just, it's the lay of the land. If you're going to do social media whatsoever, which I'll go on record, I'm not a fan of social media. I'm not a Twitter guy, a Facebook. I put my stuff up there. I try and amuse people, but I don't spend time on it because it's toxic.
Yeah.
I had a young man about your age tell me one time, I worked with him, and he said, Twitter is the worst thing that ever happened to humanity. Now it's X, but because kids, not just kids, but people start thinking, hey, so-and-so, George Clooney said hi to me or liked my comment. So now they think George Clooney and them are tight, and it causes social media. There's places that are banning TikTok and stuff like that, I'm sure people that are, that's all they do. And that's sad. That's the downfall of social media to me. Interaction, talking, dealing with one another. That's what's great.
Yeah.
Well, let me say goodbye, but don't go anywhere, okay? I'm just going to say goodbye. Thank you, Scott. Don't go anywhere because I'm just going to stop the recording. And thank you so much for being here. And Scott, stay right there, okay?
Thank you.
Yep.